Maybe. All right, let me make sure everything's all good to go here. All right, that's good. Let's click that go live button. Man, my fucking the integrations between YouTube and Restream are fucking garbage. Holy shit. Jeez. Louise. Lord of mercy. Alright, there are them keywords. There are them hashtags. And recording dates. And I think we're good. I get that. Yeah, I got that. Got that nice thumbnail cooked up there. Okay. Man, I can't believe some fucking asshole commented on my Epstein live stream saying that the video was too long. I'm like, motherfucker, you want me to make a short live stream? Or do you want me to just like edit it down into a video? But damn, like rude. Rude motherfucker. Just saying. Got my animals on the bed. They're, starting to get sleepy for their after breakfast nap. So I'm going to go and get myself prepared. I want to do some game dev. And I don't want to do Rust today. I did Rust yesterday. I did Rust the day before that. And I'm having an appreciation for Rust. But man, there is something about it that makes me very, very unhappy. So we're gonna fix that today by making myself happy. How? Using C++ and making progress on the game that we are already working on. Maybe Rust can come in the future. Maybe once the tooling for all that good stuff gets kind of blown out, we can do something like that. Though let me also post to the places that I need to post it the most. Let's see, copy that, put it in the dick sword. Y'all don't know about that joke. Ooh. RL text lib has been upgraded. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. That's gonna be good. I need that for my game. All right, let's do some music. Let's start getting into code mode. Welcome to Evil Dojo. I hope you are down with the sick flow. Rest assured, we'll be starting shortly. I have to step outside and have a smoke break, bro. So you don't have to. It's like, well, I want to. I got some crazy ass upper back pain for the last couple days. It's normally not so isolated up there, but fuck. I don't know if you can hear that. Spreads all over across my body. That's why I had a medical marijuana card in Florida. And why I'm very thankful that I can get something equivalent here. You are now listening to Evil Dojo. Dark Mage in the house with the sick flow. What up? Happy Sunday.
Dojo, Dark Mage in the house with the sick flow. Listening to Evil Dojo, Dark Mage in the house with the sick flow. Listening to Evil Dojo, Dark Mage in the house with the sick flow.
Boots on the ground, I'm setting up shop. In the shadows where the action won't stop. Silent and steady, got my sights on the prey. One hit, one kill, that's my tactical play. Can't be queen in the game, can't deny. Got my sniper and I'm aiming high. Enemies rage while I bask in the glow. Hiding in the dark, I'm the star of the show. Map knowledge sharp, I'm a beast unseen. in the bunker where the kills are clean. Patience pays off, I'm here to stay. Stacking up the score while others decay. Can't be queen in the game, can't deny. Got my sniper and I'm aiming high. Enemies rage while I bask in the glow. Hiding in the dark, I'm the star of the show. They think they got me, but I'm playing smart. Laying low and silent, that's my art. Every corner's mine, I'm the camping champ. Watch your step or you'll catch my step. Camping queen in the game, can't deny. Got my sniper and I'm aiming high. Enemies rage while I bask in the glow. Hiding in the dark, I'm the star of the show. Camping queen in the game, can't deny. Got my sniper and I'm aiming high. Enemies rage while I bask in the glow. Hiding in the dark, I'm the star of the show. For you everywhere. So cold, you can't even feel my stare. Why try? I can do the shit anyway. So, cash in hand, we ain't got no time to play. Oh no, no, I can't do this alone. Oh no, no, I need that evil dojo. Oh no, no, where the fuck are you, dark mage? Oh yes, baby, I need that evil dojo. Hey you, I've been looking for you everywhere. So cold, you can't even feel my stare. Why try? I can do the shit anyway. So, cash in hand, we ain't got no time to play. Oh no, no, I can't do this alone. Oh no, no, I need that evil dojo. Oh no, no, where the fuck are you, dark mage? Oh yes, baby, I need that evil dojo. Oh no, no. Oh no, no. Oh, oh, no.
All right. That was a good enough intro. And I am sufficiently medicated. Well, it's time to code. God damn it. Let me copy my camera over to this bitch. Right here. Okay. Make myself small here. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. All right, where'd I leave off, right? So we got this game going here. Also, let me pull up the chats. I like it when people chat at me. You know, it gives me a reason to get distracted. It's as if the last thing I need to be is more distracted. But it is what it is. Alright, we got that chat. We got that pop-out chat. We got that Sunday morning chill-out chat. I don't know. Do y'all like the filter list? Do y'all like the not filter? Do y'all like the filter or nah? Like when it comes to my microphone. Like if I put the filter on, like right now, it's gonna sound like this. And that might be better. Ultimately. I gotta blow my nose like motherfucker though. Hold up. Y'all ever have a bad allergy day? I have a bad allergy life. Damn, it's hard to get comfortable here. Damn, this seat is super uncomfortable. All right, lowest setting there. Let's start with that. Okay. There we go. I should have picked up that axe. Actually stand a chance. Damn, that motherfucker one-shotted me. I really gotta get that axe. Or get that shield. Oh good, I spawned next to a shield, so that's a good start. But two dudes walking up on me before I've even picked up the shield, that's a bad situation to be in. Now I'm surrounded by 4 dudes and I haven't even equipped the shield yet. But as soon as I equip the shield, my chance of blocking, if they successfully connect, goes up to 90%. So it's like, and realistically, I think we're going to end up reworking how shields contribute to armor. I don't necessarily think there should be a block chance. That was just kind of an idea that I was experimenting with. But it will, and like whenever, oh man, this would be good practice for like actually like revising mechanics as well as like graphics. Because if you think about it, like there might be situations where I have to do this anyway, and having to do it for block chance and shields and to like change how the game works from like one rule set to another, definitely be important, right? So let's go ahead and equip the shield. And notice I successfully blocked all 4 of those attacks in one shot. So, you know, that's kind of nice. That kind of feels nice, right? To know that, like, if they manage to swing their shit at you and you happen, like they happen to actually connect and manage to successfully, like, get the weapon at you, then you have a chance of the attack being just bounced off, you know? And depending upon what kind of shield you have was the original intention. Like, if you have a bigger shield, if you have a shield made of a different material, this would impact your block chance. Or at least that was one idea. I don't know necessarily that that's the way that I want to go with it, but I'm just thinking about this out loud right now. You know, this is the struggle of being like both. Well, I mean, one is the struggle of being a solo dev, right? But it's also the struggle of like playing both roles of designer and developer, right? Because the designer really has nothing to do with the implementation. Designer does not care how implementation occurs. The thing is, this game is born out of a developer's sense of design. Okay? Like, that's really what, like, I'm trying to get across to people, is that there's like these different perspectives on how you make games, right? And the better games are reflected by a measure of skill that exists outside of mastery of an engine or like some IDE environment, or like, you know why like most games suck nowadays? It's because most of them are made in shit like Unity or Unreal. That's just a fact. That's my deep belief, is that the system resources are going so heavily underutilized, and the things that people want to do in games as designers, right? People who have gotten good at using Unity or using Unreal, as opposed to getting good at programming. Big difference, right? Someone who might be experienced enough in all of these different domains might be able to step into one of those environments and then pump out some amazingly fucking awesome shit. I'm not saying that it's the tools that are the problem. Okay? That's the important thing. I'm going to take y'all motherfuckers to school on this. I've been playing video games for 37 years. All right? I've been playing video games twice the amount of time that some of y'all have been alive. All right? I've got some skin in the game, as they say. You know, I'm in this shit for life. I wouldn't throw it out there that I don't know what I'm talking about, but one thing that Unity and Unreal do offer is the ability to quickly access assets, as well as make, well, I think maybe more of some of the better graphics and designs and things that have come out in the last, you know, few years have probably been done in things like Blender and something. I don't know how like much Blender capability exists in Unity or Unreal, or like how tied things together are, because I don't use those tools, nor am I a 3D artist or 3D model or anything like that, right? I do enjoy those products, but as far as my own personal sense of a symbiosis, if you will, of the way that I like to build things, the style, the language, the way of working, the way of actually putting pieces together, has resulted in this. And this is where we're currently at. Baluk swings at Dark Mage and misses. Kratog swings at Dark Mage and misses. Dark Mage blocked an attack from Kratog. Dark Mage blocked an attack from Baluk. Are those the only two names that we got? How many Baluks do we got? Valus is another one. I don't have a weapon yet. I'm getting like hella lucky here though. Alright, finally a fucking knife. Dead. Dead motherfucker. Dead motherfucker. Dead. Oh yeah, let's pick up the potion and use it. We're gonna heal a small amount, 1 to 6. I got 7 HP currently. Now I got 9. We're gonna kill everyone here. We gotta find that axe too, because the axe does more damage. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to cancel that. Damn it. Alright, let's try it again. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I will use C++ and Raylib on a 3D project as well, dude. Like, the problem with a 3D project is not about necessarily even like what environment I'm working in, right? Like, naturally I would want to use C++ and Raylib for that. The problem is really creating the assets. And when you got stuff like Blender that you gotta learn, and you know, you like don't want to have to sit down and like click a bunch of times. I hate fucking mouses, dude. The mouse is such a painful thing for me, and I'm using it like all the time anyway. But I really want to create ways to like not have to do that. So like, for instance, on my numpad, I actually have this setup right here where I can move the mouse up, down, left, right. And I can even click and do things like that too. Let's see. So let's start with the dude. Actually, we've only been beta testing humans, so we'll just keep doing that. 18 strength. God damn, that's fucking awesome. With a little bit of a dex boost. So we're just going to kill everybody. Let's go for it. Dead, motherfucker. I got your ass. Let's go. Dead. 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 We're gonna get that. Alright, there's our axe. Because our dex is so high. Oh, sorry, because our because our strength is so high. We're basically like one-shotting everything because we get a bonus of like +4 to our attack rolls. So the way the AC originally worked in like D&D was you add your shield AC to your total AC. And so modifying the current rules to do that is pretty much a target, right? So let's take a note of that. Let's see, what was I writing down? Oh yeah. So the whole reason that even came up was really more to satisfy the animation, right? Like how do you determine the difference between so like obviously rolling to attack, you either hit your target or you miss, right? But the nature of the miss is different depending upon whether or not you block the attack or the attacker swung and just didn't connect, right? So we have like realistically three different situations at least where if you roll to attack someone and they have a shield equipped, and you know, like even with monks, right? Like monks get a special bonus to their what do you say, based on their wisdom, they get a bonus to their armor class. And the nature of the miss in that case even differs yet still, depending upon, you know, you know, for instance, if they roll just like really low, then they're just like incompetent and they just couldn't hit you. But if they rolled, you know, rather high, but like maybe it's the bonus from their armor class, or rather the bonus from their from like their dexterity. Maybe they're just like a fast mover and they're just really high reflexes. But even still, what if like they got really close to hitting you, but because of the bonus provided by their wisdom, they just had like future foresight. They could see the attack coming. They knew exactly what you were going to do and just moved out the way when it happened, right? So you have all of these different situations to kind of account for, is what I'm kind of getting at when it comes to implementing the logic. So if I were to change the way that shields work in that they no longer have a block chance, but instead provide an AC bonus, then how do, like my question to myself is, how does try attack currently work? Because this function is a function I keep coming back to. Yeah, so we have an attack result type called it like an enum that provides a hit, miss, block, which are the three primary attack result types, just for like basic physical attacks, right? So right here we do the attack roll. So there's like, I'm attacking you. I roll 1d20. And this function handles the armor class stuff. You know, you actually get your strength bonus. You add that to whatever you roll. Then you compare that against the target's armor class. Now, if we were to change this, I'm actually doing both. I actually have some stuff processing in the background right now. But whenever I get that stuff going and I'm like able to take my hands off of it for a while, I like to do game dev during those periods. kind of keep this ebb and a flow from like bouncing from one to another at a reasonable clip. Because so far the biggest thing with bug bounty that takes the most time is actually aggregating information in a way where, like, because you don't want to like be so glued up on, because I guess at a certain point you do have to do manual testing, right? But I like to aggregate a large list of targets and do a lot of kind of automated stuff. Because that helps me kind of filter out what types of things I should be attacking. And having something to work off of right out the gate, rather than having to like sift around and look for things, helps kind of narrow my focus, I find. Oh yeah, I was trying to take a look at something. Yeah, like for instance, I just got a big list of things. I got like 856 different like SSRFs. I automate everything, dude, whenever I can. I guess this is a step in, because like what would you call it if I was automating the discovery of server-side request forgeries in a blind fashion and at scale? What would you call that? Is that recon or is that exploitation? Because realistically, the way I think of it, whether or not it is one or the other, once I have a big list of server-side request forgeries, I need to kind of attempt to like escalate impact. Because in most cases, because as much as I like hunting for those kinds of things in an automated fashion, the big deal there is like actually being able to demonstrate that you can do something potentially, damaging with that kind of capability, because some systems are apparently designed to do this. But I'm convinced that there has to be a kind of generic approach that can really make things bad, because I'm getting pretty good at discovering a lot of these like analytic systems, right? Like I just discovered like a huge set of Facebook ones, for instance. And I'm like, I want, I actually have this set up on my GitHub where like using a JavaScript file, you can use it like it's actually hosted on not just my GitHub, but evildojo.com. You can basically use it as a beacon to, like, if you point, like if you host the JavaScript on your own servers and you point a SSRF at it and you get some like automated bot to like run your HTML JavaScript, right? Then you can test to see, like, one, whether or not it renders JavaScript to begin with, and then two, what sort of capabilities and just exactly how sandboxed the environment is. and then potentially use it to like scan for their internal networks or do, kinds of, interesting, cool, crazy kind of stuff. That's, yeah. But anyway, I discovered a bunch of those links, and sometime later I'm gonna dick around and see what I can do to kind of escalate them, because I think it's interesting. Sometimes even if something doesn't lead to like payout, right? Or like immediate result, things add up over time. And if I'm learning something new, if I discover something interesting, I have some new weird insight as to how to kind of like approach something in a way that like other people aren't doing or aren't necessarily talking about. I try to think outside the box, because otherwise you do have this, it's you have to admit that security work and penetration testing and bug bounty and things like this are very grindy, right? It's like, that's why they make good day jobs. That's why they, pay very well, because it's kind of exhausting work. And that's why scripts and like tools and things to like help automate the process are all very important and, worth millions of dollars to corporations. I just give them away for free. It is what it is. But eventually I know that I'll get what's coming to me as I work on things. I just have to be patient. One bug I didn't get paid for because I didn't know how to like exploit it. From the time that I discovered it to the time that I actually managed to successfully use it to leak personally identifiable information off this one server, it was like 2 years. It's like 2.5 years in between me discovering the vulnerability and like actually figuring out like how to mess with it. For the longest time, I wasn't sure that there was anything there. But then one day I just had this idea to like revisit it, and I tried playing around with it, and I managed to make it do something weird. And I began to make it do more weird stuff. And then it got really weird. And then I like automated the weirdness. And by automating the weirdness, I discovered something else. And I realized, oh my fucking God. And then I kept automating it, and I kept automating it. And I automated it for a long time. And then I wrote this really big report. And then I got like a bunch of confused people writing me back, and I had to like clarify some things, and then I had to clarify some more things, and then I got paid $3,000. So sometimes that happens too. But $3,000 for a time frame of 2 years, not necessarily great. However, in the time from me realizing like the first weird discovery 2 years later to actually getting paid was about 2 weeks. I think triage took like 3 days. Like once I actually submitted the report, and then I had to like email them back and then email them again. But then they validated it. Because it was a really weird bug. Still was a long time ago, but thank you. It's one of a handful of bugs that actually got me into the upper, the upper tiers, if you will. There's still yet a mountain to climb. But the internet is becoming a, it's becoming a kind of, it's like It's always been the Wild West, right? I guess that really hasn't changed. All right, anyway, on quit or on death. Okay, so this is why cycle messages is not firing off. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes, we can turn the auto formatter stuff back on. Okay, check it out. Honestly, the only client side anything that I really care about doing anymore is actually learning how to do like binary like reversing and stuff like that. Like I really am not a fan of browsers in terms of like actually like doing like I've gotten paid for a couple XSSs, but like I just don't care. Like it does not serve me intellectually. It does not serve me from a user interface perspective. Um I just don't like testing client side. That's just how it is. I need some more coffee, man. All right. So cycle messages, right? We actually should be cycling messages before we check to see if the dude's dead. Um I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this right here. Like that seems like super ancient. And then I'm returning there, but realistically what I should be doing is we should actually attempt to cycle messages up here. So if is dead triggers at that point, um so we can actually get rid of this cycle messages here. Yeah, I like doing API and server side stuff because it's stuff that you can automate and it lends to fuzzing and things like that. I like I like that idea. Yeah. Hacking's hard. You gotta make it easy somehow. I like to take my programmer knowledge and apply it to creating tools that can make automation easier. I was mentioned in some blog post, I forget what group it was called. Bug Bounty Bites or something like that. I already talked about my tool that I used to use for AMAS. I don't use AMAS anymore. Is as way too overkill. Like memory intensive as fuck. Totally like not the right tool for DNS recon. In my experience, I wanted to like it. I actually wrote significant things to help make and manage like instances of it, like not use so much memory all the time, because it is a memory hog. Holy shit. Let's see if this fixes the bug, right? It should be this easy. Can we turn the music back on though? Okay. Yeah, see, the closest thing that I've done for client side, because like you can harvest some cool server side stuff from client side sometimes, but with all the obfuscated JavaScript and stuff nowadays, man, like I've wanted to write a custom parser to help like unobfuscate JavaScript and shit like that. If I had a project that I would do to like help advance client side like research, that would be a thing I might do. Because I feel like there aren't as many good tools for that. Like, there might be that I'm just not aware of. But it's often a thing I find myself wanting to like possibly do. Okay, so isn't the Super Bowl today? Okay, so we're no longer Okay, so handle restart. What? Okay, so the problem with this is at the moment we're currently like exiting before that. So we'll have to actually do handle restart before all that other stuff, right? So we grab is dead. We're gonna make this simpler. We don't need to pass this in. We don't need to check for that. We just need to do that. And then if is dead, and then if and it'll restart. There we go. Yeah. Well, see, now you're talking about like, you know, you might as well just like write your own JavaScript interpreter at this point and like, or learn a way to like take existing JavaScript and then pipe it somewhere else and attempt to like run it. But oftentimes, sometimes like the context won't even make sense, you know, but like from a language perspective, you could still parse it and you could still unobfuscate it and you can still make an effort to kind of analyze it line by line and figure out like what each part does and take a look and see if there's any sort of strings that can be like, I don't know how deeply like obfuscated some of these companies are willing to go in order to hide their shit, but you know what I'm saying? It's just a thought. What all that shit takes time, and it takes time away from me working on my game. So I try to separate the two. You know, when I'm working on the game, the discussions about working on the game, and yeah. Because thinking about security stuff while you're doing game dev, you can really be operating very slow. And vice versa. You know, you want to be able to channel your focus so that you maximize your impact in whatever domain you happen to be working in. I'm definitely not maximized on my coffee amount, though. I'm going to fix that here in a sec. Okay, so we no longer handle restart on here. Nice. Just one-shotted right away. Oh wait, I didn't test restart. There we go. Hey, restart works. Alright, what zoom level are we at? 2? 3. 3 or 4 feels good. 3 feels good. Let's set it at 3. the zoom level. Okay, that works pretty well so far. Bug fix death message cycle. Let's see. Let's clean up what we just did. That's not what we just did. Hey, salmon mode. What's up? Check it out. Actually, we'll do 4 this time. Well, the gameplay and the logic are custom. It's using Raylib underneath the hood for the graphics rendering, but everything else is totally me written from scratch in C++. Shout outs to Raylib for creating such an awesome library. I've been using it for like 2 years now. Like, damn, time flies, dude. I tell you. How do we fix that? We can actually check out master. Oh, actually, no. February 8th, 6.6. No, Raylib is the name of the guy who made, like, Ray is the name of the guy who made the library. That's why it's called Raylib. It's just the guy's name. It sounds cool, but yeah, he has a cool name. Raymond. He's a dude out of Spain. And he, like, consistently check it out on GitHub. His project, which is entirely in C, is consistently in the top 100 C, most popular C repositories on GitHub right now. It's very cool. You can do a lot with it. You can do 3D stuff with it. You can do 2D stuff with it. You can use Blender stuff, models. It's got point lighting. It's got like OpenGL capability. I wanted to like start getting into Vulkan, but even getting started in Vulkan is like a nightmare. Raylib makes 3D fucking easy peasy if you just want to fuck around and just do stuff, not like reinvent the entire like graphics engine wheel from scratch like they're trying to do. But okay, so we've updated version. So this would actually allow you to I don't know that it's worth. So I don't have any direct experience, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending upon how bad it actually was to work with. But I always heard like from people at the time, especially this was one of the reasons why people were tripping balls when the Xbox 360 got its own indie game store. That's why one of the first initial waves of indie developers who, people who were on Windows, who were deep into the Windows shit. I think it was called XNA Studio or something like that. And then I think it got integrated into the .NET framework at some point. I don't know what the current state is or how any of that shit even worked back then, but people were tripping balls about it. And everyone and their mom was like, you got to get me a 360 and a Windows PC so that I can like make my own games. And this was even before like the smartphone like epidemic, right? But no, I don't have any experience with DirectX, but Vulkan is really more of like worse than OpenGL. That's how it should be looked at, because OpenGL is pretty fucking gross to like work with in a raw context. Raylib exposes that capability for those who know what they're doing, but also offers kind of like some more simplistic tools out of the box that if you know it, you should really check out the website. There's like tutorials and shit. Let's see, what is the website address for that? Yeah, literally go to this page. They have examples for all of the different capabilities, including the 3D things. It's actually really impressive. I'm not even using a fraction of what they offer. It's like crazy how good it is. I cannot speak more highly about it. This is why I prefer to use it and prefer to work in it rather than like learn Unity or learn like Unreal or something, because to be quite honest, it does more than I probably have a lifetime, to actually do. There's so much to do. It's like so little time. But yeah, like for any idea that you have, if you know enough C, if you know enough C++, if you know enough, whatever language you happen to have bindings for. But Raylib is a C project, so if you know C, you're already doing good. Did we push? No, we have not pushed yet. Okay, good. Okay, so the game is ready for being pushed to the web again. I want to get into a really nice, tight feedback loop where I am pushing things on a regular basis again. Might have to take a back seat to bug bounty, and if things get cooking fast enough. SimD's pretty cool, man. Like just the idea that you can copy that much information over at like the low level like that in a single step, I think is kind of a cool upgrade to the way that like programmers actually think about like writing software, attempting to take advantage of those capabilities where possible. Really cool stuff, actually. All right, let's push a new build. All right. There's a new version of Butler. I'll upgrade later. Cool. All right, so now we're back in the project folder. And only the master branch. Now's a really good time for coffee. I made some new music that I'd like to put on. Well, I should say I had the AI make me some new music. Let's see what people think. Okay. I got a little bit more time that I can hang with you. So, hope y'all enjoyed some music. Did a little prep work. Getting started here. So, oh yeah, so actually for this experiment, I gotta turn my own keyboard numpad off. Handle input, gameplay. Probably gonna significantly rework how I have to. I have to significantly rework how I'm handling input at the moment. The code is very janky. If you don't know what that means, then you'll learn. Um, one of the big problems here too is distinguishing. Like if the num lock is activated, then when you press 1 on the numpad, it actually registers as the 1 key, right? But underneath the hood, I don't believe that there's any real distinguishing between those keys. So let's just kind of look through all the different keys that we have available to us. See if there's anything that's a hint as to what the right thing to do here is. All right, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google for Raylib numpad. Oh, it's KP. Okay. So we could actually distinguish them this way. So it's not going to be 0, but rather 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. See how like long that line is? So down, similarly, would be 2. Left would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right would be 6. Up left would be 7. Upright would be 9. Down left would be 1. Down right would be 3. Is that it? 1, 3, 9, 7, 6, 4, 2, 8. Is that it? 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 5 is the center, right? We haven't implemented that, but we will. That'd be the same thing as like weight. But let's do this first. Oh, whoops. Maybe I got too many enemies right now. Let's do like 4. Just for testing. Okay, it feels pretty good. So I want to be able to have two different control schemes, one for laptop keyboard and one for full keyboard. And I also want to have like a touchpad system type deal where you can still play the game even on mobile, even if you don't have a physical keyboard. When that said, we have basic numpad movement. But in addition to that, let's see, 8. Subtle upgrade. But it gives me an opportunity to look at a part of the code base I haven't looked at in a while. The way that I did this may not be the best. Oh yeah. See, just having like all three of these and like it creates such a long line that I almost want to write like a whole new function just to be able to handle like a potentially variable argument type situation for is pressed, because this is kind of ridiculous. See how this is such a gross long line? Ew. Right? Wouldn't it be nice if instead of like is pressed only handling like one key at a time? But see, that would slow down is pressed, right? Like it's just a little style thing. All right. Ooh, that's an awful looking line. Holy Jesus. Bless you. All right. Okay, so the way that you use variable arguments, you usually have to make it like the last parameter in your parameters list, and it's represented with the triple dots here. So you start by declaring variable args, and then args of start starts with the format string, and in this case, there's really only like, let's see, how does this work again? Oh yeah, we actually in this case, because VS in printf is also expecting a variable argument list, we can just directly pass it in. But for a situation where we're doing something more custom, we have to like iterate over each item in that list. I forget exactly how to do that. I'm not sure I want to go through that much effort right now. So we're just going to do this. Fuck it. Down, left, right, up left, up right, down left, down right. I realize apostrophe will probably be an awkward and actually the ASDF and everything might even be pretty awkward too. I even have the option of getting rid of WASD and all that stuff. Or asking, see, we could ask the user in the very beginning. And that way I can introduce the idea of these two different control schemes, right? At a certain point, I'd like for it to be really custom, where you can really just assign whatever key that you want to whatever movement that you want, right? That's ultimately what I aim for. So maybe we should start thinking about how to build that out too. I suppose we should test this out before I go. Oh shit. Oops. Oh, what button I pressed to make that happen? Oh, that's interesting. The fire is not being removed from those tiles. Same situation here. See, it's still going. So we're gonna have to fix that too. All right. It's been fun, but I got a jet. It's important. I know y'all understand. But I will be back as usual. Until next time, everyone. Dark Mage out.